Umamusume, Pretty Derby.
Augury, run! I know you can do it! Put those legs to use, girl! Run!
The Japanese horse girl racing, idol singing franchise where real horses in the world of horse racing are transformed into anime girls.
Don't fuck me over here again! Do you know how much training I put into you? Use your legs! Lock in!
Horse girls, one might say.
Put in the position! You need to overtake now!
And these girls run on a track for the glory and fame of the fans.
You fucking bitch ass run, you motherfucker ass bitch ass fucking bitch!
A very enjoyable and relaxing experience.
You're going straight to the glue factory, lock in!
Have I been playing this game, you might wonder?
Augury, camp, please get into position!
Well, a little here and there.
There is no time left, 200 meters, run, get in position, please!
A man of my caliber would rarely indulge in such a childish concept.
Fuck!
In March of 2016, Cygames would unveil their new massive cross-media project in Umamusume, promising a game, an anime, music with live performances, and much more. This would be a massive gamble for the studio because while not being in financial trouble with other modest popular titles in Japan, a project of this size promising a whole lot from multiple different sources of content would almost be a make or break moment for the future of the game studio. Promising a release in winter of 2018 and having to delay it over 4 years to February of 2021 put a lot of question marks regarding the actual chances of the game's release at all. Running into a multitude of internal issues with producers leaving midway and having licensing issues with the Japan Racing Association, the size of the project seemed to have been too ambitious. Under this period, 2 seasons of the anime adaptation by the same name would have been released, and while initially not having any crazy breakthrough with around 4,000 to 5,000 Blu-ray sales, it gained a core fan base who mostly was anticipating the release of the game and still far from the mainstream phenomenon it is today. Let's just say that this would absolutely change when it released on the 24th of February 2021. Within the first month of its release, it would have already accumulated over $90 million, ranking in the top of Japan's App Store and Google Play, making it one of the most successful gacha game launches in history, outperforming massive names like Fate Grand Order. Within 2 months, it would have gained over 6 million downloads, dominating the world of mobile games in Japan by a long shot. In its first year, it would have reached a total revenue of $965 million US, becoming the highest grossing mobile game in Japan of 2021. Keep in mind, this is only in Japan. Famous and popular game Genshin Impact had a 1.8 billion first-year revenue, but that was worldwide, with Japan only contributing with about 25% of it. A gacha game doing this good and establishing itself as an IP with great commercial power within only Japan was unheard of. That's why it became such a big deal, shooting it straight up to stardom. The gameplay of Umamusume is not close to any gacha game you played before, and frankly, is a lot to take in. The initial tutorial you get greeted with can take you up to 30 to 45 minutes depending on how much of the dialogue you decide to read, and while we're on the topic of dialogue, for your own good, skip it. I am a firm believer in not skipping any dialogue or cutscenes, so trust me when I say, skip it. They don't stop yapping. After finishing the tutorial, there will be a moment of clarity where this specific horse girl will stare right at you, say some stupid shit, and then go right back into idle animation. You have no idea what to do, even if you just sat through 30 minutes of explaining exactly what to do. But don't worry, I'm here to hold your balls through the whole thing. Log in. On the home screen, you have your horse girl and a whole lot of bullshit you don't need to worry about. On the bottom right hand corner above the menu, you will find career mode, the most important part of this game and where you will train and improve your Umamusumes. Here you can pick one of your following horse girls you want to train, alongside seeing their stats, track, distance and style ratings. Things you don't really have to care about starting out. Just pick the horse you think looks the coolest. After you picked Augury Cap, you will be able to pick Legacies, which are old horses you trained before, which can help out and boost stats and give you additional skills. Remember that one horse girl you trained in the beginning? Yeah, pick her. If you have friends, you can also steal one of their horses to help you train, but this is only possible 3 times a day, because we all know you don't have friends. There is also just an auto-select button. Press that. After that, you are still not done, because now you need to pick your support cards.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Yes, because Umamusume needs more of your money, you don't only need to pull for the actual horse, but also the support cards, which are arguably more important than the horse itself. Bad support cards will leave you with a Haru Urara record, so lock in. But here is also an auto-select button. Click that. Now we are finally ready to actually see some horses run. Yoshi good? One career will cost you some dollar bills and 30 of your 100 trainer points. After starting out, you will get a little introduction to the world, which you can watch if you're a bum, but we skip that shit like real men. Raw! Your horse girl will get some initial power-ups because they just build like that, and after you put everything to skip ×2, you are ready. Your horse will always have a goal they strive for, and if you were to fail this goal, your run ends and your horse will be sent straight to the glue factory. After completing each goal, a new one will appear with a set amount of turns connected to it. These turns are very important to manage to get the best potential out of your oomph. There are 6 options you can do per turn, where 5 of them will take up a full turn. Training is of course the most important part, where your horse will improve the stat you choose. Speed, stamina, power, and wit. Training the stat with these small icons on them will improve your friendship level with said horse girl and bring bigger and better stat improvements. Excuse me? After training, you will lose energy. Your mental energy and her physical energy. If this energy goes under a certain amount, there will be a risk of a failed attempt, which can not only waste a turn, but give your horse AHS. Oh yeah, even if you picked rest, they might just fuck around playing Clash Royale all night and be sleep deprived next turn, but don't mind that. Outside of this, you also need to keep a check on her mood. This spectrum goes from awful all the way up to great, with some pretty big buffs and debuffs depending on where you're at. How often or when your Umamusume has mood swings will vary from girl to girl, but failing at training is almost always a one-way ticket to a worse mood. When this happens, you can use recreation to go out and have a nice, friendly, they don't want you, day off, which will improve their mood. This does take a full turn, but making your girl almost have a constant great mood will gravely improve training and performances in races. While training, you will also receive skill points, which can be traded for different skills that all unlock during the career. Now you're all ready for your first race. Yippee! All races will vary in difficulty, length, weather, and track type. Your horse will have preferred types of races that fits them better, often marked with a golden star, so try to aim for these if you have any sort of faith in your pupil. Before the race, you can see your own stats and also every other bomb you will smoke in about 10 seconds. Here you can also pick the strategy of your horse: end closer, late searcher, pace chaser, and front runner. All pretty self-explanatory, but they change the way your horse will run. Pick the one your trainee has the best grade on. Or don't, I'm not your mother. And now it's time to run. All you can do here is get on your knees and pray that your horse locks in for once, because there is nothing else you can do now.
Come on, Gold Ship, put it into high gear! I need all you got right now!
And that is it. Glue Factory. After my horse wins and your lose, it's back to do the same thing again and again and aim for the next goal. After all your goals are completed, wait, if all your goals are completed, loser, you will race in the Euro final, where all the marbles are on the line. It's either trophy or euthanization. No matter if you complete all your goals or fail along the way, when your career is done, you will get a grade depending on how well you did with said horse girl. This horse can now be used in other game modes like team races or daily races. And don't worry, you can train the same horse as many times as you want. It's not a one-time thing, you need to put them through career mode multiple times before getting a good grade. Before we get deeper into this, I just need to say that the Japanese and global servers are totally different from each other. Like, what is going on? As mentioned before, the game released in February of 2021, but only in Japan. It would take up until now, June 26, 2025, for the global servers to finally open. But instead of making the whole global market miss out on over 4 years of content, Cygames decided to start from the beginning instead. That means that we are currently 4 years behind content-wise, and even if we might get things quicker, the core content won't change, which means that people who played on the JP servers knows what will happen in the future. Anyways, the gameplay is some of the most nerve-wracking and dopamine-infusing shit you will ever see. Every training session, you are sweating, not knowing if Goldship will lock you out of all training options because she feels like it, or fall over and break an ankle at a 1% failure rate. The races themselves makes your butt cheeks clench like you're holding in a fart during a date, and you will be screaming at your screen like a schizophrenic person, hoping that your bunch of 2D pixels will come in first. All the careers are different from each other, so training different horses never feels the same. Their interactive responses and feelings getting displayed while winning or losing makes you wanna fall to your knees and cry, and is overall a very different and interactive gacha game. It's often the gameplay loop that falls short in gacha games, but because of the big assortment of horses to pick from, it never really feels repetitive, and the parts that do feel repetitive, like the events, can be skipped or fast forwarded. It's the feeling of getting invested in winning, let's go baby! And seeing this seemingly dumbass horse girl do her absolute best. The races themselves being out of your hands really makes it feel like you are just a coach sitting at the sidelines just praying that they lock in. Wait, what are we doing? What is happening? Why are we singing idol songs? And why is it so peak? Make a debut. Hibige fanfare. Toroke gorumu made. Once again, we are here. Me versus the extreme lack of money in my wallet. Gacha is an integral part of what I stand for as a human being, and I must say, the extreme shafting I receive on a daily basis in this game is unnecessarily fucked up. I am a man of extreme proper stature who haven't shed a single tear since the day my pet toad Larry got run over by a car, rest in peace, but after trying to pull Kita-san Black, just kidding, I am LB that motherfucker. Look, the gacha rates aren't even that bad, and still much better than most other competitors out there with a 3% for an SSR unit. At rate of banners though, the featured SSR often gets around 1 of that 3%, which is why your balls get twisted every time you try to pull for a specific horse. Okay. Damn, 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 damn. Damn, 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 damn. Hello? SSR fake out? The pity system is also pretty mean, where you get 1 point per pull. 200 of these can later be exchanged for one of the featured characters. Listen, all this doesn't seem too bad for being a mainline Japanese gacha game, but it's when you remember that you not only need to pull for the characters, but the support cards as well, that you realize that maybe rent isn't that important after all. For a normal person, you need to be able to prioritize what you want to pull for, because there's just not enough carrots to go around for everything. Mind you, some of the support cards are only good if you have a couple of copies as well, so it's really the wide arrangement of things you can or want to pull for that is the biggest problem. The FOMO is incredibly real and can be seen all over Twitter, with people quitting the game because they can't pull one card. I assure you, it's not that deep. Even this guy from JP said it, I believe him. As of right now, there are 30 characters available on the global servers, with about 185 more on JP. Some of the major names that were featured in the early seasons of the anime, like Special Week, Tokai Teiho, Haru Urara, Golpis, and many more are all available to pull for, with only some of them being actual SSRs. And before I comment on anything regarding character design, I'm not a furry. Okay, stop. No, okay, listen, please. Okay, please listen. No. Okay, I'm cooked. As mentioned briefly, all horses are based on real Japanese racehorses. Either their design and color palette is made to resemble the real horse, or their personality and way of running is more akin to the real counterpart. Goldship, famously known for having a very strong personality and losing races because he felt like it, is directly infused into this fuck-ass horse girl who dropkicks you when she wins, is extremely hard to train and just very goofy all around. Haru Urara, who is famously known for not winning any out of her 113 races but never giving up with a smile on her face, is reflected directly into this small pink package of sunshine and rainbows. You better be nice to her or I'll rip your head clean off your shoulder. The designs of the girls are unique enough to stick out from each other while still shining with so much personality and charm. Horses who rode with elegance and grace wear noble-like attire, while the flamboyant and confident characters wear bright and loud clothing. All their small movements and quirks makes them individually fun to interact with, and they are also kinda cute. I'm just saying what we're all thinking. Just gonna briefly talk about the story, because frankly, your lazy ass can go and watch it yourself, but the quality of both main and side stories were way higher than I expected. Everything is fully voiced and animated, with the characters actually moving more than just their mouth while interacting with each other. You get introduced to some of the characters and their relationships on a deeper level, while slowly connecting all the different pieces of the very large universe of Umamusume. Currently, there are only 3 chapters out for the main story, with 10 on the Japanese version. The anime does not follow the game story, and while some chapters do line up briefly, the 3 seasons, movie, and spin-offs only really share the same characters. The big amount of different content is shared through multiple different stories, each more different than the last.
トレーナーさん、もう一つご褒美のお願い聞いてもらってもいいかな。ライス、小さい時よく絵本を読んでたの。絵本を読んで初めて夢を叶えたいって思ったの。だから今度はライスの番。みんなに夢を届ける、そんな絵本を描いてみたいなって。
Umamusume Pretty Derby has always been a massive franchise in Japan, taking the also loved horse racing and mixing it with everyone's favorite thing, gambling. The game's steep learning curve and big arrangement of individual choices makes the gameplay loop engaging and fun with high replay value. While the gacha rates might not be the greatest, it's far from the worst, and you know what you signed up for when you saw the word gacha anyways. I know what you are. Production value is very high, and even more impressive considering it's a 4-year-old game, and I only see this becoming a global phenomenon, bringing a lot more eyes to real horse racing worldwide. Final verdict. Fuck Goldship. Bakshin, 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 bakshin.